Hola, mi gente. Hola, everybody. I don't know who's on. Welcome to Moments con Margarita. Good evening, and thank you for sharing your Tuesday evening with me. We are getting started in a minute once I find it here so that I may share it. And how's everybody tonight? Please let me know you're on by leaving a comment. And Lante. Here we are. We are live. Here we are. We are live. Here we are. Okay. So I have been gone from doing Moments con Margarita since I want to say the summer of 2020. So it's been a minute, and I feel that it's time for me to come back since becoming a sacred healer and the end of life doula. I just have a lot of spirituality to share, a lot of soul searching, a lot of feeding your spirit and nurturing your ego. And my morning platform with my co-host About As Buddha, I love it. We talk about everything under the sun, and it's all perfect. And then I said, let me do my sacred healing, my spiritual life coaching, and my end of life doula talks here on Moments con Margarita, which is how I began back in January 2017. So here we are. And I think it's wonderful. And I think that when we all gather, then it always makes everything beautiful. And we can share and learn. And I'm trying to post to my main page and it's not allowing me. So I don't know who's on with me. Who's on with me? Say hello. And so I wanted to get started. I just wanted to wait to see who comes on because this is going to be a wonderful 30 minutes if I can figure out how to post to my main page where everybody's waiting for the video. So here we are. Who is on with me? Who's with me? Okay, so let's just get started. I have one person, whoever you are, and you're not. Lillian Ortiz is watching. Hola, Lillian. I'm hoping that I can share it to my main page. Pero no sé qué pasa. No me está dejando. It's not letting me. And I don't want to continue. Anyway, for those that are present, Lillian, thank you. What is dimming your light? Dimming your light would be, hi, Nancy Green. Thank you. Nancy, can you share this to me, to my main page so that I can have it, please? Because I can't seem to get there. So what do we do? When did your lights dim in your spirit? Where did you abandon your wonderment of all things simple, of all things vibrant, of all things you? So those questions are questions that we need to ask ourselves whenever we're feeling a certain type of way. We need to question ourselves. Where was I when the lights went low? Where was I when I lost that wonderment, that ooh and ah, the 4th of July fireworks that you should have every day of your life? Be in awe of every moment that you are alive. All the things vibrant, all the things that just get you choked up or get you super excited, of all the things that are you. Like where do we abandon that? Where do we abandon that innate desire to be excited for breathing? These are where the the curiosity comes in for yourself. This is where we have to say, where did I go to where I left that all behind? And if you notice, the questions that I'm asking are things that we should keep alive in the forefront, right? Things that we need to always be excited about. The wonderment of life, the vibrancy, the you. We left that behind and we only came forward, thank you, Nancy, with the self-doubt, the lack of self-trust, the negativity, all those thoughts forming in our heads that makes us feel inadequate. So we need to flip it. We need to flip it and bring back that wonderment of all things simple, of vibrancy of you. So let's get ridiculously curious together. Because you know what? At the beginning of every day, you always have a choice. And all I can say is choose wisely. Choose wisely of everything that's going to benefit you inside and out. If you make the choice every morning, if you choose wisely to choose you throughout your day, everything always runs smoothly because you're making sure that you're drinking, that you're eating, that you're exercising, you're moving, even if you're going up and down the stairs of your office or of your home, if you're dancing to commercials, all of those things come into play for a better health for yourself. So choose you every morning when you know in your soul that you always have a choice. Choose wisely, choose you. So I would like to read where the ridiculously curious came about, and it's in my book, Soul Searching for Peace. So I'm going to read it to you so you can get an understanding why it's important to speak about this, why it's important to invoke that curiosity that we all have, but that we push back because it's just us, right? I'm busy. I'm too busy to try and fix. You're not broke. You just need to be oiled a little bit. So be ridiculously curious says, when you go out into the world every day of your life, be curious. Be ridiculously curious. Look at the environment and its humans and acknowledge, accept, admire, and celebrate. Way too often, we are so caught up in our messes that we do not notice our loss of appetite for life. Our palates go numbed and our desires for something different gets placed on the back burner. When did the lights dim in our spirits? Where do we abandon our wonderment for all things simple, of all things vibrant, of all things you? Life has a way of dropping you on your ass when you allow your confusion to get twisted. Why is it difficult to decide to go forward towards a passion, a desire, or a goal? Why do we find that difficult to do? Permission or forgiveness? Hey, Lori, what would you choose? To ask for permission or to ask for forgiveness when you're doing something that is best suited for you, but you might annoy other people? So, permission or forgiveness? What would your choice be? Mine is always the latter. I will apologize if I offended you by making a decision that was going to benefit my spirit and my person. That's how I've always lived. So I follow my heart, and it always causes discomfort in others. Always reasons may be that they are unable to make self choices, to free their spirit to go forth in the direction of their purpose due to fear of naysayers and lack of total commitment to themselves. I have learned that nothing good is easy. Easy is just easy. My favorite age is now. My soul is my sacred essence of truth and of truth seeking. Autumn has always been my favorite season, and it is because it teaches me the circle of life. Autumn teaches that it is okay to let go, to die a little, to abandon all which does not serve us. My favorite season teaches and prepares. Once we get out of our own way, we learn to let go. The winter arrives, forcing us to grow into our new version, putting our pain on ice while our thoughts grapple with the losses, so that when spring arrives, all spirits will emerge with fresh bouquets of vibrant emotions and a serenity of the soul, and hopefully no residual sorrow. Where do we abandon our wonderment of all things simple, of all things vibrant, of all things you? We bury it deep and ignore the shit out of it, hoping it dissipates on its own. Well, I'm here to tell you it does not. It simply robs us of our destined joy and inner happiness of all things. So I'll suggest to you the following path. And if a detour interrupts your journey, learn to handle it with as much of your energy as it may require, then back on your path you go. So when you do all of those things, it's hard because for many, they have a spouse, they have children they're still raising, they have a job with rules and a whole different culture than what you're accustomed to at home. So you learn to split yourself up into all these many little people that then you forget who you are in your entirety. So when you got to be this for this, and you got to be that for that, and you got to be all of this for this, who are you for you? And that's where your curiosity of all things you gets lost. It's like a needle in a haystack. And then you're too tired or you're too busy to want to look for it. You know, when we become too busy for ourselves, then we know we need to put our own asses in timeout. Because how are you too busy to rediscover something about yourself? You didn't lose it. You just sat it down somewhere and it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you to come and snatch it back up and just enjoy it and apply it, reapply it with all you've learned while you didn't have it, and then apply it, because then you're going to be so grateful to have it back. You're going to put it to use for you and not against you. So being ridiculously curious in your life, there's just some things. I'm going to tell you what I did when I got lost in my assignments. And I became a caregiver, so all had to go to those people. So yeah, I too got lost, and this is why I wrote this. So allow me to share 10 ways to awaken your curiosity of life, of living in your moment. One is live your beliefs. They're still there. Again, they're locked away in one of the closets in your brain. Swing that door open so hard that it comes off the fucking hinges, and there's no way to trap it again. Live your beliefs. Honor your choices. Learn to unlock your greatness, because who doesn't have a greatness in them? Who can tell me that they're of no service to humanity or to this world? Nobody can say that, because we are all born with gifts that we are to present to all of those around us. But either we shy away from it, we tuck it down, or we pack it away. And then we wonder why we've lost our taste for anything that's life that revolves around you. So keep your sensitive spirit. Take with you both the small and the large adventures of your life, and just laugh. You know, how many of us have gone on vacations and somebody done messed it up, or something went wrong, or we got late, or whatever happened, the hotel, the AC didn't work, the rug was dirty. So, and then we get so upset, we get entangled in all of the negativity. Well, you know what? Take with you all the memories that you've acquired. And although that moment was awful, I'm sure you can laugh about it now, right? Laughter is very important. So learn to be selfish with your peace. And if anybody knows of disruptions of your peace and where it takes you and that downward spiral to that dark abyss, you should know that the most selfish part of you should be to protect that peace. Know your worth, inspire every soul you meet out in the world, whether it be with a smile, a good morning, a hello, holding the door open for somebody, that when they go to the next spot, you've inspired them to do the same. Inspiration doesn't have to come with this big red bow on it. You can inspire anybody by just somebody drops something, you pick it up. You say, here you go. They say, thank you. You say, you're welcome. And you keep going. You've just inspired them to help out the next person. So inspire every soul you meet out in the world. Always choose peace, passion, and purpose. If you're going to write anything down, protect your peace, learn your passion, and figure out which road leads to your purpose, because we all have an assigned road. And then I added an extra 3 to that 10 because 13 is my favorite number. So I was like, what the heck, let's do it. And these are just little advices for when you are seeking all of this and it becomes overwhelming, because if you haven't done it in a while and you're now, new year, new you, new day, right? Happy new day, mi gente. Is to allow yourself to rest. So when you are tired, get some rest. When you are sad, go ahead and cry. And remember, it is okay to take a break, even if it's from yourself. Take a break first from your thoughts. If they're driving you bananas, making you dizzy, take a break. Open up a magazine, open up a book, watch a funny movie. Those are breaks you can give your brain so that when you come back to what you need to do, you're refreshed. It's like hitting the refresh on the computer. You must do that for yourself as well. When you don't and you feel you become this control person and you have to do it, I have to get this done by this. I have to get everything off my to-do list. Guess what happens? You're burnt out and now you got a nasty attitude and it's like, get away from me. You don't want to do that to yourself. You want to honor yourself. And in honoring yourself, you got to know when to stop and take a break. So to be ridiculously curious, it allows you to live out loud. Stop quieting yourself to fit in somewhere. Okay? If this is you, right? And let me find something because I didn't. I'm here. Sorry. I hit it. So if this is you, and then you're trying to fit into a little thing, you're not going to do that. So you're going to be frustrated. You're going to be bumping your head. You're going to be doing all of this stuff because you wasn't curious enough to discover who the hell you are. So to be ridiculously curious allows you to live out loud. The lessons you learn are priceless. So if you learn what you like, what you want to adapt to your life, what is your favorite color? Laura, anybody want to add? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite flower? What's your favorite song? Like you're just, I have 1,000 favorite songs, but there's always one that no matter where I hear it, I got to stop what I'm doing. And I just got to sit there and allow it to just filter through and just make everything warm and fuzzy inside. We all have that one favorite song, Royal Blue. That's such a rich color. You learn about life and the many ways you can live yours. Being ridiculously curious teaches you profoundly. It will be the best teacher of your life going forward, right where you are today. If you are so curious as to what makes Margarita get up, what makes Margarita tick, what inspires her, what lights those firecrackers up her ass, what is it? Then I have to learn the simple things because, they say the devil's in the details. No, God and you are in the details. And it's those little things that make the big difference. So it teaches you about life. Being ridiculously curious teaches you profoundly, that laughter is healing, that love is beautiful, that you are an amazing, one of a kind human, just like your fingerprints. If you forget how important, how magnificent and magical you are, just remember only you have these fingerprints out of everybody in the world. People have the same kind of hair, the same shape eyes, nose, lips, whatever, maybe even the same voice, but nobody has the same fingertips. That's what makes you amazing. And all you got to do is discover what are the other things. What makes your heart smile? What gives you butterflies in the stomach? It's not always a man or a woman. It can be uh, a blue jay. What are blue jays? Hey, blue jays. Lori has this thing. Oh, I feel like a blue jay. I want to run to everything that's shiny. So that's what you got to learn, right? So it gives you strength to conquer your fears, and it encourages you to show up as you are, with the 50 pounds overweight, with the gray hairs coming in, right? With my glasses falling off the bridge of my nose. With it doesn't matter. But being ridiculously curious about who you are teaches you to self-trust who you are and who you will become once the self-love sets in. But in order to be ridiculously curious about everything you have to self-trust yourself to embark on the journey. And then the self-love is what's going to sustain you as you go on learning. Because just because you're going to learn everything about yourself don't mean it's going to be all happy. You're going to be like, I don't like that. You're going to resist in some areas, because then in order to accept it, it's going to take you away from your routine, from what you've grown accustomed. So everything's not always going to be easy. Remember, easy is just being easy. When you topple a challenge and you succeed in it, it empowers you. That's you taking your power back. When you want to discover who you truly are, you are claiming that power back that only you can own. And that's where you find your peace. Because we all need that peace when we go out and face the world every day. We all need that peace when we go out and deal with business or our children in the schools in today's craziness, right? So live your senses with tenacity. Now, this is one of my favorites, because we need to incorporate every day of our lives our five senses. We need to live in it. By being ridiculously curious, you are going to be more aware. You know, the badass Buddha and I were having a conversation one day, and we were talking about food and how we just eat to eat now. Like, we're too busy having conversations, whether on the phone, FaceTime, face to face, that when we're eating, we're just eating. We're not savoring. And when you savor your life, you become the love that you need. You become the companion that you desire. That loneliness starts to dissipate, because your whole worth becomes such a gift to you, whether you're being reintroduced to it or you're discovering it for the first time. It's going to be the same feeling, because when that comes back to you, you're going to be like all the angels are singing and the harps are just like, woo. Because to discover who you are, to be ridiculously curious about what's your favorite color, what's your favorite flower, what's your favorite bird, anything favorite that people might think. Do you like rain in the morning, or do you prefer it in the evening? And I'm not talking about because you don't want to be caught up in traffic. Do you like to watch the sunset as opposed as the sunrise? Like, what? Can you honestly answer all those questions? If you can answer those questions, then you're on the right path. If you're like, oh, I don't know, I like them both. I don't know, it's pretty when it's set, it's got all the orange colors, but then when it rises, it's such a promise of a new day. Figure it out. You can love both, but there's always one prominent over the other. That's you being ridiculously curious about things that you thought were inconsequential. Oh, that doesn't matter. It's not important. It is important. You know why? Because you are important. And if you are important, then everything you love is just as important. And that's why being ridiculously curious reintroduces you to yourself. Get to know who you are. You know, times are changing. People are growing, our kids grow up, they leave, they get married, we have grandkids. You need to find who you are. How important this was to me? It was important to me, like really important to me, after my 10 years of caregiving, when I gave and I gave and I surrendered what I liked because it wasn't appropriate to do the things that I liked or to go to the places I wanted to go because I had to take care of somebody, which I would do all over again. But I needed to lose that in order to regain it and in order to speak about it. And so when we connect with our five senses, we are connecting with ourselves, with everything that is you. So see, I'm going to say it in my terms, to see. When you live with your senses with tenacity, you can see with clarity. You can smell with the desires to want. You can taste with such a passion that it ignites something beautiful within. Listen with kindness and feel in gratitude. If you connect with all your senses with fervor and tenacity, you can come together with who you totally are, with who your soul is seeking your spirit to be. Because you're all connected, mind, body, spirit, soul, it's all there and you're one. But then you want to think about this. You want your body to do that. You want your spirit to always be there waiting for when you need it, when you want to have a prayer for it to back you up. No, connect them all together. That's your balance. That's taking your power back. That's you saying, I want to see with clarity. I want to see everything around, especially my reflection in the mirror. I want to see what I need to let go of, and what I need to improve on, and what I need to just be grateful that it's been there all along and I was blinded to it. I want to smell the rain. I want to be able to just smell all the beauty that's around me. I want to taste passion. And you can taste, it's more than food and liquid. Just that hunger that you get. Feed your passion. When you listen, always listen to what the solution is to the problem. Always listen to the positive side of that negative, because it's all balance, right? We need problems in order to find solutions. And we need the negativity in order for us to come around and say, no, we're not doing it that way. I like it better this way, and change it into a positive in your life. So we need them both. But when you're listening to all the negativity, all the drama and trauma happening around you, when it filters in, listen to the emotion behind what they're saying, because that's where the beauty sets in. They're saying something differently. So don't take words for value. Listen to the kindness behind in the emotion. Listen to somebody says, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly. Listen to the kindness that all you need to say is, but you're beautiful. In all of that mess you're talking about, I see beauty. And when you're feeling, when you're touching, when you're hugging, whether it be a tree or a human, be grateful. When you in the mornings, I tell you, I still hug myself. I still pat myself. Do it with gratitude that you're getting up and you're moving to accomplish your daily goals, to accomplish your tasks, your routines. But most importantly, being ridiculously curious gives you permission to own your outcome. Let's say it again. To be ridiculously curious, it gives you permission to own your outcome. No one else is responsible but you. Own it. Own it and just be. We're all millionaires waiting to bust out. And when I say that, people think I'm talking about money. No, my health and my happiness. If I'm healthy, then I'm happy. If I'm happy, then I'm just excited to attain my goals. And if I attain my goals, then I live abundantly. but everything is in steps. Everything is in order. So all I want for 2022 is health and happiness. And if I conquer that wholeheartedly, filled with self-trust and self-love, then I will turn my bank account inside out. Because you need to start off where you are right now. You need to be healthy, and you'll find your happiness. You'll make and reach your goals, and then you live abundantly. And abundantly is health as well as it is wealth. But if you're healthy, you're wealthy, right? So you can play with those words all day. So when you feel that the place you are in is no longer your place, fly, baby. You have that power. When you gain all your power back, you can say, this no longer serves me. I'm out. Spread those wings and fly. You know where you're going. Your destiny is destined to find you, for you to seek it, for you to find it. And when you take your power back, you claim your peace. So when we go out into the world with no curiosity, we miss the beauty of life. We fail to use our birthright to be curious, to learn. When we're babies, we develop and we learn. We get sidetracked and we learn. But it's always when we're curious about something, why are we so quick to look up a movie star or a singer or somebody else's business? We do the research and we learn who they are. And then we can tell each other so-and-so did this, so-and-so. What can you say about yourself? Can you honestly sit there and tell somebody, well, I am blah, blah, blah. And I learned that because, my favorite color is this, and this brings out this. And I was born under the birth of the elder tree, and that tells this about that. And my favorite flower is this because it reminds me of my abuelita, and those memories invoke happiness within. I mean, why are we learning about everything and everyone else and not the person that we need to always be like this, holding hands as we skip down the road together? So I challenge you to be ridiculously curious for yourself. Find out all those things about you. Next time you want to Google somebody, put your own damn name in there. And if you don't show up, then do something so that you can be on Google. We all can be on Google. Don't waste your time Googling anything else until you discover who the hell you are. Be so ridiculously curious about you that you laugh all the time with so much joy that it spreads out like a virus. So if we want to be a virus of joy, of happiness, and of love. And you can do that by being ridiculously curious as to who you are. So I challenge you on that. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'll post what it's about. And I just want to say, Lori, thank you. Nancy Green, thank you. Janet Ortiz, my prima Tori Belleza was on. I'm trying to see who else because I'm not good at this. The Badass Buddha is the one who usually does this. So all of you who took the time to come on, I thank you. She says she's eating right now. I will have it on my main page next week, and then we'll take it from there. But all I ask is from this Tuesday till next Tuesday, I want to hear comments of what did you discover by being ridiculously curious about you from today till next Tuesday. And let's start a conversation on that, because sometimes we're going to find out some beautiful things we never even knew about ourselves. So let's do that. I challenge you, Brenda. Thank you for coming on. Nikki Shanti, Lengwan. I challenge you for next Tuesday to start the conversation about one thing you discovered about yourself because you became ridiculously curious as to who the hell you are. Let's start that form next week. Let's get it together. And you know what? Let's be magical with who we are. We have it all inside. So I started off with everybody has choices to make. So choose wisely. And I will end as a reminder to make wise choices. Make wise choices in everything you do, starting with yourself. Mi gente, remember, every day that you're not feeling it, breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.